Hey guys, this is a FASCO American Spirit, and you know what? I forgot to look at the model number on top of it. It's a 9 something, because I remember the American Spirits being 9. I don't know what they are, 992 maybe, 995. I do remember that it is from 91, and that the current draw is .9, so there's a lot of 9s involved. Does the number 9 have anything significant? It's not like 6, where everything is 6, that means the devil. Do you know, Andy? 9 mean anything?
I can't say as it does.
And there's biblical hermeneutics where numbers mean something, and I can't remember what 9 is in that either. It's not the original canopy. I have the original canopy and mount, but I'm hanging on the J-hook, so I wanted to be able to. Couldn't use the original canopy and mount, and normally I just do without a canopy, but I thought the moss canopy looked very similar to the original canopy, so we went with it. It's got a different flywheel than I'm used to. It's either a replacement flywheel or just one that they used very briefly. It's the older version that has the reverse switch in the housing, which is good because it makes it easier to replace the flywheel. Was there anything else I said in your video, Andy, that I said I needed to remember to add in my video?
I would have to review it.
Yeah, okay, we got nothing. So I would consider selling or trading this, but I would also consider keeping it because I love it. Blades are high gloss oak. They reverse to high gloss walnut. I actually prefer the walnut, but it came with the oak side showing, and I wasn't going to bother to turn them around. I think that's everything. We're going to test it with the different controls and things. Where are we at right now? FASCO 4-speed control is on high. Amp meter is on. So I think all it's left to do is to turn it to high, medium, low. 0.21. Only thing I don't like about these, where's my water, is that again, the flywheels are harder to change in the newer ones, and the blades are very heavy. So, you do see a lot of broken flywheels with them. Okay, that's low. Let's go to medium. 0.48. This one does have a 4.5 flywheel on it. I think they all did, but I'm not sure about that. There might have been some 5-blade only ones. Okay. Low, off, high. 0.85, so we're pretty close to the 0.9. And a variation of these was actually made in America until like 2006, 2007, which is pretty cool. Let's do the old airflow test. Really, I think most American-made fans are going to fare about the same on the airflow test, which is that you can feel some air moving back here, like a gentle breeze, but nothing direct. I'm not getting anything different from it than I would from any other American-made fan. Okay. Medium, low, off. Let's let it spin down. Do it in reverse. Hey Andy.
Hey.
Out of all the fans that we've worked on together and filmed together and all these various projects we've done, do you have a favorite?
Let's see. There's been a lot.
There really has.
Let's see, I'm trying to think what else I was around for.
I guess part of the reason for asking the question is I thought that if you were around for it and it was a favorite, it would be memorable, so that it wouldn't, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of good ones. Those sidewinders.
Yeah, that was going to be what I was going to say.
Recently, there was that big old patent.
The one that I got from Jimmy. Ornate sideband, no vents, kind of almost looks like an emperor. It had cane blades. Those are one of the oddest fans. Like there's no explanation for them. They're very odd.
Yeah, let's see. There was that outdoor original that we had a heck of a time getting the blade angle, right?
Yeah, those blade irons were mangled and we didn't realize it right away.
Let's see, going way back. Not favorites, but let's see, we did a couple of commercial fans at your parents' place. There was that
Encon crap.
Encon crap and the Airmaster. We just did a bunch of capacitor swaps on those.
Yeah, so both of those fans are here now. Reese asked for the Airmaster, so I may give it to him. The Encon is just awaiting a low reverse here. The Encon is awaiting a place that needs a commercial fan that I can swap for something cooler.
Let's see, we did a Hunter Designer's Choice.
Those are cool. You know, when I brought a bunch of collectors to the museum for the first trip, the adult collectors, I think several of them picked that out as their favorite of the vintage ceiling fans in the museum. Which is a little surprising to me, because my favorite is like the Columbia 500 and the iFan and the stuff that there's only one or two of. Those designer's choices, there are probably hundreds of them still remaining, even though there weren't too many of them sold in the first place. They're not quite as rare as a fan that only 500 were made of.
Yeah, they are classy, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I got another one on its way to me. Do you have a favorite of the fans that we have yanked out of places? I know most of those have been commercial.
Probably either that ring fan or those Newtone Pearl lines.
Yeah, those are my favorites too. Trying to remember all the various projects that we've done that involved fan removal.
There's the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, I remember that one.
There's your
The polished aluminum gold lines.
gold line experiment.
Yeah.
The fruits of that.
Yeah.
Do the old spin down.
Yep. Trying to think of what else there was that we pulled fans out of those, and the ring fan and the Newtones. Was that it? Just the three? I feel like there's been something else.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm thinking there was something else too, but maybe I'm thinking of the 12 Wings installation. Or
Yeah.
the fact that the same day, I know, the same day we did the ring fan was the day we swapped out my fan for
Yeah.
in 2000.
That was a very productive day in the world of fans.
Yes.
I was very pleased with everything that happened that day. The ring fan went better than expected, and we got the Whisper Wind looks great. Are you still love it as much as you did when we put it in?
I do, and both of my parents have finally been back to my apartment since it went in, and they both love it.
Oh.
Especially my mom. She's normally not somebody who cares about fans, but she was really impressed with that one.
I don't think either of my parents noticed the difference between any two fans. I think I could swap a white fan and an antique brass fan in their house and they wouldn't notice. So, which worked to my advantage when I lived there, because I would often swap fans and they wouldn't notice. And if they noticed, they probably would have said no.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Got a long spin down time on this, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, going and going and going. And you say the blades are heavy?
Yes,
That might have something to do with it.
it does. They're not like outrageously heavy,
A little more moment.
but as opposed to like Casablanca blades that are plywood, these I'm pretty sure are all MDF with just a nice veneer. And MDF is heavier than, I'm sure that's one of the reasons they're able to offer it cheaper. Or were able to, rather. Okay, so we're still in high. We're going to use the genuine FASCO 4-speed control. We're going to drop that to low. 0.22. I believe, if memory serves, the factory low was 0.20. Does that sound right?
be honest, I'm not listening to the numbers
Yeah, there's so many.
as you read them.
I find it interesting, but I don't retain them. And I know there are people that care, though, because I did it after I started using the ammeter test when we were working on those capacitor swaps and things, and then I went back to not using it because, I mean, we weren't doing any troubleshooting, so why did it need to be there? And I got a lot of requests to do it on every fan, so now I do it on every fan. It is a great learning experience.
Yeah, it's interesting to know how close some of them get to their rated current.
Yeah, 0.39, which
of course, obviously it's an easy way to tell right away if, you know, visually the speeds don't look right, and then you can tell, okay, the current draw didn't change when I changed the speed, so there's got to be something not right.
Well, I'll tell you where it has been the most helpful for me is when I'm testing with different wall controls. There's two reasons that that's been helpful. Is one, I can immediately know if a wall control is going to be a good fit or not based on usually even where the low speed is, and especially in like setting the low speed trim for an ideal slow speed. That's been really helpful. But the other thing is every so often with a control and a motor, and somebody who knows more about motors can explain why this is, but you hit a resonant frequency between the control and the motor. Because what the controls are doing is they're changing the frequency. They're changing the 60 cycles a second to something different. And these capacitor-based motors, that's what the capacitor is doing in there as well for the one winding. You know, one winding is getting current directly from the power supply, and the other one is getting it through a capacitor, which is being changed by the capacitor. And depending on the control and the way the motor is wired and the capacitor value in the motor, sometimes you can hit a resonant frequency where, that's high now, we should know high, where the current draw from the motor actually skyrockets and exceeds the current draw on high. And you'll either burn out the control or the motor. Usually it'll be the capacitor in the motor that'll go first, but it's not good for anything. In my experience, the control goes first, and then the capacitor in the motor, and then if there's still a chance left for it to the windings. And so you can know right away, if you see a current draw that is higher than it should be, then you know right away not to use that control. I need to switch controls now, so whenever you're in a position to take over filming, yeah, whenever you got a good shot going there, so, you know,
Set this over here.
That's my camera stand. Well, you're not going to need, I'm just saying, that's what I would do. I would also probably trip over the light, as you just did.
So we're going to have to knock it over, but we're going to need something to prop up our...
Don't you remember me telling you that that's what your paper towels do now?
Oh, that's right, you did.
Yeah.
I'm going to need something a little more. Shoot. So, we go.
How is it? You can also do, I usually do down here instead of up there.
I need the height, but first I need to go back my focus way out.
I can go get the control while you're doing that. Not if I can't find it. Where is the control? It's over there. I've already done that step. And now that you've used my camera stand,
Yeah, I just hope this stays there.
I've never had anything fall. Knock on wood.
Right.
Yeah. Watch, this will be the time that one of us bump the ladder.
Alright, I'm going to leave that there. And I can take
Okay.
over for you.
There you go. Well, actually, you know what? We'll have to revisit it, too, because we're going to need the ladder, because I was going to swap the blades from 5 to 4 on camera. And we'll need the ladder for that. So we will have to...
we're in trouble now.
Yeah. Should have thought that through, shouldn't we?
Yes, we should. You're gonna do something else first.
Yes, I'm going to do the infinitely variable solid state control. I can hold my camera while it's spinning down, and then you can move your camera at that time. And then, yeah, we'll figure it out. It's got to be at least one full brain between the two of us. Just like the 5, this seems like it's going to behave very similar to the 5-blade Charleston. It's starting out at .06. I bet you it's the same motor. But the blades are probably a little heavier on this one. I know the 5-blade Charleston has real. This is where the 5-blade Charleston started at .09.
Okay, nothing yet. Oh, very, very subtle movement. Yeah, it's moving.
.1 now. I'll let it sit there for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going though. Okay. I'm going to inch this up. I'm going to go 1/8 of a turn, which takes us to .3. I don't normally watch my own videos, but I took a quick glance at the one that Kevin filmed, and he actually didn't do a half bad job.
Good.
He probably did better camera work than I do, because I know my camera work is terrible. I'm going to go another 1/8 of a turn, which takes us to...
Yeah, he tried that slow motion effect, which would have been cool, but I don't think it worked very well.
Well, he tried that with his. I was talking about the video he took with mine.
Oh.
I don't know if he uploaded his video that he took. I'm not getting much buzz from it. It's interesting that
Yeah, I don't
it has the
much.
same motor as the other one. Okay, going to go another... There it is. .62.
Whoa, buzz.
Yeah, plenty.
Sounds like a beehive.
I think one of the blades may have a loose screw, and that's resonating,
Yeah,
making it worse.
that's probably true.
Okay, another
Sounds like an old angry beehive there. Okay.
Yeah, well, you would know. I would not. I stay as far away from bees as possible. Going up to...
I've never been confronted by an angry beehive, thankfully.
My father has. Spinning down, so... I'm going to switch the controls, and then I can take my camera, and you can reposition
Alright,
yours.
I'll let it do its thing.
Yeah, my dad cut down a tree branch without realizing there was a hornet's nest in it. So that was fun for him.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
He just...
I hope he was in better condition and able to run at that point.
Yeah, I probably was in high school at the time. I just remember, you know, at one moment he's in the yard doing things, and the other moment you just see him flying past, and my dad's not a fast guy, so, you know.
Yeah, something's up.
Yeah, I can take over and you want to reposition yours. I have not tried it yet, but methinks that maybe some of these boxes over here, you could probably get a good long distance shot from one of these things over here.
Sure.
I don't know, there's plenty of places to try.
And I'm actually going to cut the recording.
That'll also work.
Move while I move it.
I don't really do much editing. I don't know if you saw the...
I noticed that. You know, I'm not as much of a purist about recording the entire thing start to finish. If, you know, I'm adjusting the camera and it's just a shaky shot or nothing, I'll cut that out.
See, it's not about being a purist for me. It's about time and ability. I have limited editing skills,
It can be time consuming too, which is why I'm probably too lazy to do it for a lot of the stuff I've shot with you, because
yeah, because
I do a lot of editing at work.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what can I do here.